What's up, everybody? This is Titans Rossi. Hope everybody's doing good out there tonight. Thank you all for tuning into the show. I really appreciate y'all. On the last live stream, we had a great show. It was 30, 35 people in the house the whole time. And yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We got a great show for you guys tonight. We got Raul G on the show. He's you might have seen him from Mr. Titans Cave last season, season 1, episode 3. He lives in South Florida, kind of near me, and yeah, it was really cool that and I'll show you some stuff from his video. We have a little clip and stuff, and yeah, tonight there was a lot of news that came out today. There was a lot of news that came out today, and we'll talk about it. A lot of stuff in the training camp today. I don't know if they just had more time today, the media or whatever, but it seemed like a lot of news came out. So we'll discuss all that stuff too. So anyways, I'm going to bring Raul G onto the show. Again, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Helps the channel out a lot. Hit the like button. So, yeah, here we go. Here's Raul G. What's up, man? How are you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Titan Rossi? First of all, thank you for letting me be on your show today.
Yeah, no problem, man. It was really cool kind of how, we met and everything came together. I didn't know there was any other Titans fans in South Florida, to be honest. I remember one time that it was like the first, 6 months. I've only been here a year and a half, but the first 6 months I was here, and I saw this guy walking down the street, and he had an old Eddie George jersey on. It was a Titans jersey, but I rolled down the window. I was like, "Tighten up!" and he screamed, "Tighten up!" back. And it was like, Oh, and then I saw a guy in the Publix near my house, and he had a shirt on, and we were kind of walking through like the cereal aisle, And I was like, "Tighten up, man!" And he's like, "Tighten up." He's like, "You're from Nashville?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm from Nashville." And all this, it was such a cool moment, but you could tell he kind of felt the same way, anyways, enough of all that. But so just kind of explain to me a little bit like how you became a Titans fan. And yeah, maybe kind of explain like your collection a little bit, how that Titans Caves episode came about.
Okay, well, first of all, I just want to say I've gotten that question asked many a times. What's a Titan fan living in Jersey? How the heck did you become a fan? And basically, first time I ever put the TV on and I started watching football, the first player that I ever saw the first game was the Houston Oilers. I think they were playing the Cincinnati Bengals. I saw Earl Campbell toting that rock, and I just was kind of love at first sight. And ever since, I just been following the team through Earl Campbell, Warren Moon, Steve McNair. Then they made the transition over to Tennessee, and I've been following them throughout. Been a huge fan ever since.
That's awesome, man. And I know we'll play a little video of the collection you got, but this dude has an awesome collection of figurines and different Titans memorabilia. And I want to give a shout out to Miss Kinsey, Janet Kinsey and the Jenkins in the house. Tighten up. It's good to see you guys. We're rooting for your boy over there. We're big fans here at the Titan Upload Network. So yeah, thank you all for coming on. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just play this little video that you sent me. You sent me the other day. And this is This is just a little 15, 20-second clip of his memorabilia. So y'all check it out. Let me know what you think of the comments of his figurines, especially one particular one, and we'll talk about it after. I think it's my favorite one. And you actually, got a little what a tag from the player that it represents.
Yeah, I got a like from him. Correct.
Yeah, so here we go. We won't reveal it yet. We'll let y'all have the suspense. But here's Raul G's Titan Cave. So yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, talk a little bit about your collection,
Sure. As you've seen, I got a couple of signed memorabilia. I got a signed Steve McNair jersey that was actually given to me by a coworker who's not a Tennessee fan, but actually lived in Tennessee and got it through his mom, who was a nurse, and they were doing some sort of charity. And then I've got the Kevin Dyson, of course, the miracle play, the home run throwback. I got that, a signature from him on that. And then, of course, I got Eddie George, one of my favorite Titans. As far as for the figures, they're McFarlane figures, and basically back in the day, McFarlane stopped making them about a couple years ago. Titans being, a smaller franchise team, they didn't get too much exposure. They don't have too many figures out there. So I basically had to go out there, and I was able to find some guy that's actually a really cool artist that does repaints of these figures. So I actually reached out to him on Facebook, got a hold of him, and he's done about 6, 7 figures for me about now. And I'm probably going to get a couple more from him. But they actually look a lot better in person than they do in the pictures of the video. The guy does an excellent job. He's done stuff for like Kenseco and for some of the professional teams.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And I know I want to link up with you and get one. It's so cool to that's cool that he can do like anything, that's awesome. And I would love to have like my favorite player sitting on my mantle, or a few of them,
definitely.
like you do. But yeah, if you guys want to, I'm sure that you could help people get a link to him. I know Raul G has a Twitter. Here's his Twitter handle. Sure they could reach out to you there if you want to help somebody out and get one if they're serious about it.
Oh, definitely. I'll definitely help them out. And I wanted to say this guy does a great job. He's done now with the 3D printing. He's able to do. I mean, he's done so many. He does figures out of scratch. As long as you send him the pictures, we'll model them out. He does the exact helmets that they use, even if it was like from the 1950s with the right mask. The painting is impeccable. I mean, he does a great job.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And so we got another guest coming on today. And this dude he's on Twitter. I know he's about to start a channel and get some things going. He goes by the handle Titans Mafia. He's a huge supporter of like me and Upload Mr. Titan and all them guys. And he's always tweeting our stuff and helping us out. And it's awesome. I mean, that's what this channel is about, right? Like, it's about interacting with the fans. Like, it's cool that I was able to meet you. If I never started up with this YouTube community, I would have never met you. I would have never met Sin City Titan, who I'm going to help him move tomorrow in Tampa. You're a real friend if you help somebody move,
Oh,
especially
definitely.
if you don't even know them that well. And so it's cool. Like, it's cool that we've linked up, and he's moved out here from Vegas. So, and dude's so knowledgeable about the team and everything. But yeah, so we're gonna bring Titans Mafia in. I just saw him pop up on the bottom here. And what we'll do is we'll kind of just go like, I got a whole little list planned. So, just questions about the team, general stuff, training camp stuff. We'll go through the news. Probably won't be too long of a show tonight. If you ever need to run or anything, no problem, or anything like that. So here's Titans Mafia. Welcome, Titans Mafia, to the channel. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How are y'all?
Good, good. How you doing tonight?
Man, pretty good. I had a few issues with Wi-Fi, but I got it fixed, so I'm ready to go now.
Yeah, man, you got that true Nashville accent, so that's good to hear.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm
So,
repping it
like,
all.
man, being down here, like I said, I moved down here a year and a half ago, and I thought there would be more Southern people down here, or like from like Alabama, Tennessee. Dude, there's not any. Like, there's maybe I got a couple clients, but every time I hear a Southern accent, I'm like, "Where are you from?" So it's good to have you on the show, man.
Yes,
So
sir. I
tell us
appreciate
a
it.
little bit about you, man. What you're doing, what you got planned for your show, and what's coming up.
Well, right now I'm just getting all my editing stuff and all that squared away before I roll out videos and stuff, and have a few trips planned to Nashville. Start of the season, I'm hoping to be at season opener. My brother lives in downtown Nashville, so he has a play. I can stay with him. He knows his company has is hooked up with the Titans a lot, so he has suites he can go sit in. So he's gonna let me meet a lot of those people and hopefully get some interviews out of that. And yeah, I'm just excited to get involved in YouTube, Titans YouTube, and get it rolling.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. I just started like a month and a half ago, and it's been cool. Like I said, it's how I met Raul G. And I don't know. We were talking about before. You watched Mr. Titan's channel?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was a season 1 of the Titans caves he did.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back, watch episode 3. There's a really cool video of
Mm-hmm.
Raul's on
Yeah,
there. I
yeah,
don't know if you've
yeah.
seen it.
I knew him from somewhere.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's where I saw him.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. I'm gonna get through some of these comments real quick, guys. Kent Woods, what's up, man? Titan Rossi, tighten up. Thanks for all the support, Kent Woods. He's always on the comments, always. Titan Bay, what's up, man? He hung in there with us the whole show last time. I don't have an Instagram. I actually have an Instagram for my cats, believe it or not. But Louie and Titans Rusty is their names, but they might make an appearance here at some point. Hopefully they don't freaking tear my lights off the table or something. So Shane Loki, what's up, Rossi? Tighten up, Shane. Titan Bay again. Ruli G, that'd be a cool name for you instead of Raul G. Ruli
There
G.
you go. Probably easier to say.
Unless that really is your nickname, I don't know.
No,
Maybe
first time
another
I've heard it.
All right, Ruli G. Sounds like a rapper's name, but yeah, that's cool. AZ Mick, tighten up. Welcome to the channel, man. If you guys are watching, haven't subscribed yet, please do. Like I said, what's up to the Kinseys and Jenkins in the house? Tighten up. Like I said, we're rooting for your boy. We're big supporters on the network here. Titan Turner, can't wait for the regular season. Everybody stays healthy. I'm looking for 14-3. Tighten up. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, if Indianapolis kind of stays on the track they are, then we should have the division. I don't want to be too confident because you never know. So, but yeah, on paper we should be all right at the division. Let's see. Titan Bay, smooth editing skills. Oh yeah, No, I'm trying, man. I'm learning. It's a lot to learn. Believe me, it's a lot more than I thought it would be. Robert Boyles catching you live for a change. Thanks, man, for tuning in. Mr. Weezer, hello, man. Killer Nation, thanks for tuning in. Titan Turner, welcome to the show. Really appreciate your Rossi as well as Upload. All the other Titans YouTubers. YouTube content is about us diehard fans until the season starts. You're exactly right. Al Pierce, what is up? My first ever subscriber. I've seen Al in the Upload rooms and Mr. Titan and everybody. Al supports everybody. Al is a diehard fan. That's his kind of moniker. Titans kick some massive tail. Heck yeah. Robert Bulls, thanks for sharing up on Twitter. Oh yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, Robert Bulls has a Twitter at sports RBI at sports_RBI. I'll see it there. I'll post it some more through the show. Please follow him on Twitter. He's always posting stuff about the Titans. So yeah, man. So yeah, let's get into some of the meat and potatoes, as we like to say in the South. Let's get into some of that. What we're going to do today. So there was a lot of stuff that came out from training camp today. I don't know if you guys checked in on the news or whatever, but what I usually do is I every day, I don't know, around 1, I guess that's when practice ends in Nashville, I'll kind of go through all the guys on Twitter, Teron Davenport, Paul Kaharski, John Glennon, Jim Wyatt, all those guys, and can just kind of check what's going on because they're there, they're taking the videos, they're reporting, they do a good job. Paul gets on my nerves a little bit, and I've actually had some battles on, I've had some battles on Twitter with him before, which I was kind of proud of, but I feel like I upped him one time. I feel like I got him, I'm sure he wouldn't agree, but yeah, Paul puts in the work. He asks the questions that nobody likes to ask. So you got to have a guy like that in the media, right? So anyways, so I'm going to kind of go through these training camp things, what happened with the offense today, and here we go. So on the offense side today, this is what reported out today, and a few things that have been going on the last few days. But on the offense, Mason Kinsey apparently beat Jackrabbit Jenkins today. It was a heck of a catch. Derrick Henry and Mike Vrabel got really excited. They were screaming and stuff like that. I wish we could have saw the video of the catch. Maybe it'll come out. Which is cool. So they're giving him more opportunities. Bud Dupree saw some action, but he's still not doing much contact. And yeah, so I guess they're trying to kind of limit him. His contact. Tannehill looked good today, completing passes to Tommy Hudson, Mason Kinsey, Chester Rogers, Marcus Johnson, which it's good because a lot of guys were out today. So they got some actions. Reynolds saw action at half speed. Julio, AJ, Jones, Swaim, Davis did not practice, and the second team offense looked lethargic. So, what do you guys think about this today and with the offense just so far? Y'all can hit on some of these or talk about whatever. We'll start out with Titans Mafia.
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all Mason Kinsey is a dude. I mean, you don't just go out there and beat Jackrabbit like he did today without being somewhat good. I mean, and the whole thing about Julio is Julio's just this whole thing of him not practicing. I mean, Vrabel said it in his press conference. He said the dude's played enough football. He's not worried about it, and this is more precautionary. I think people are trying to ease back into Julio of last year where he stayed hurt out the season and didn't play. But I don't believe that's the case with this. I think their main thing is getting him to week 1 healthy.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I think that's it. And then AJ not practicing today. Vrabel said it was just a recuperating day, just getting him back, his feet back under him after a few days of practice. I mean, he's not hurt. So, but I would be, after hearing Vrabel today talk about Mason Kinsey, I mean, I would be almost to the point of being shocked if Mason Kinsey didn't make the roster.
Yeah. Raul G, what do you think about one thing, what do you think about, we don't know much about Kinsey, and obviously I'm a Kinsey fan, I mean, people kind of get on to me and upload sometimes, or you guys push Kinsey too much, but I really think the kid's a baller, and what do you think about him beating Jackrabbit today? Is it significant for player trying to make a team like this?
I think it is. It builds confidence, especially somebody like Jack Rabbit, 10 years in playing professional football. It definitely builds his confidence up, and it's just growing. You can see it every day, day by day. He's just building on it. And now he's also returning punts as well. He's competing for that. I mean, he might be what we expected Adam Humphries to be, and that would be great if he can fill that role, because we never had that. Adam Humphries last couple of years, unfortunately, he was riddled with injuries, so we never really got to see the true Adam Humphries. So Mason Kinsey can be that guy.
And yeah, I remember when we signed Humphries, I was excited about Humphries. I was like, dude, this dude's he to me, when he first came out, from what I got out of him and what I've seen, it was like he was a tough kind of slot receiver, and I thought that's what we needed at the time. We needed somebody like that on the wide receiver core, and he just didn't pan out. He was just hurt. We didn't get him the ball a whole lot. I mean, it seems like he did make some opportunities. He did make. I remember him making a really big touchdown catch. I can't remember. It's like a 4-yard
Against
catch.
Kansas City.
Yes, yeah. So that's
to
huge.
win the game.
Yep. I remember that. Yeah, and he kind of like fell into the end zone as he caught it or whatever. So we do need a guy that's quick, that's kind of that, burner, quick-footed guy like that. I mean, Reynolds, it looks like he's going to play the slot, obviously. Hopefully this thing with Julio is not a big deal, because and let me know what you guys think about this too. And I know Titans Mafia brought something up about Julio, but the guy's hurt a little bit. We don't know how hurt he is. It could just be something very small, which that's how they're painting it off to be. But we all know, that's been a lie before with other players. Like, it's just a way to kind of get the media off your back. But last year he had the hamstring injury, and he was out for most of the season. Well, the latter half of the season. And then he came out afterwards and said, he had said something about, it almost like he alluded to the fact that he wasn't really that injured, but he just wasn't maybe motivated or something. And I think that's also too because of the situation he was in with Atlanta. So what do you guys think about this injury? Do you think it's something to really worry about? Do you worry about Julio Jones not practicing a lot? He hasn't practiced a lot in Atlanta before. You guys worry about that? Raul, what do you think?
Not at all. I think they're just taking precautionary methods, Like you said, he's been in the league for several years. I mean, he doesn't, like AI said, it's just practice. But I mean, I know he during the practices and all that stuff that we don't see, they do a lot of stuff on the side that definitely gets him ready for game time and all that stuff. It's probably best to keep him. So, I mean, we need him healthy for the long run. Same thing with, Farley, Dupree. They got to slow those guys in as well.
Yeah. And Titans Mafia, what do you think about it?
I just think in the long run, we need him ready for week 1. We don't need him ready for preseason. We don't need Julio does not. Even if he was healthy and practicing every day, if I was Vrabel, I wouldn't put him in preseason. Yeah. Just because I want him ready to play against Arizona. And like Vrabel said, I mean, this guy's played enough professional football that he'll be ready to go when it's time to get on the field September 12th.
And I want to give a shout out to Mr. Titan. He says, woo, we got 3 studs and superstars on the show. Congrats to all 3 of you guys. Much love, and keep up the great work. Tighten up. Thanks for tuning in, Mr. Titan. I know this is your boy, Raul G here. Y'all give a shout out to Mr. Titan. Thank him for joining. So also, what else had happened today? So Reynolds saw action at half speed. Second team offense looks lethargic. Tannehill looks good. Tannehill did look good today. I saw him. They did more contact today. and I guess they're starting to ramp it up, like the 7-on-7 and I think they might have some 11-on-11 drills too. I don't know. It looked like they were doing some stuff full speed, and Tannehill looked good. Now, this training camp too, people have kind of made a stink about like how many interceptions Tannehill has thrown and this and that. But honestly, and even Tannehill said, there's stuff we're trying that we wouldn't try during the season. And I don't think it's anything to worry about at all. I mean, I think the guy's probably he's more, to me, he looks more comfortable than ever in the offense. Like just his swagger this year, like all the workout videos he's posted, seems like he's kind of got like part of the team now,
Well, to be honest with you, if I had them two studs out wide that he does, I'd feel real comfortable as a quarterback. I mean, you got two number ones on each side. You don't.
Yeah.
It's not like you got a one and them other guys are just fillers where they can play two safeties over that one guy. You got a future Hall of Famer, and the other one's all pro, and then you got a beast of a running back. I mean, that makes my job as a quarterback easy.
Yeah.
I mean, in the long run, I would feel real comfortable if I was Tannehill.
Yeah. What do you think, Raul?
Oh, definitely. It's 1A, 1B. There's really no true number one. They're both number ones. I mean, it's just going to open up the game up completely. I mean, he's going to be spot on with his pre-snap reads, and he's going to know where to go with the ball, whether to run it, play action. I think everybody's going to eat in this offense. The problem is there's not going to be enough footballs for everybody.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
That's what I worry about too.
Yeah. That is true, and that is a concern too. But I mean, hopefully, it seems like Julio just wants to win a Super Bowl. We all know AJ is a team player. And it looks like that, Vrabel likes to bring on guys who love to play football. I think maybe on the defense last year, but maybe on the defense, maybe they felt like there wasn't some guys like that. But it seems like, a lot of these guys are here to win, and that's a good thing. So we'll get through some of these comments real quick, guys. So Mr. Weezer says, how many receivers will the Titans carry on their roster? I can't remember last year. I don't know if you guys know. I think it was it 6 or 7? It was 6 or 7. I can't remember how many.
Yeah, I was going to guess either 6 or 7.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Hopefully it's 7, so that'll give our boy a little more, another slot to get in there. Robert Bulls, is it my understanding Ferkser is showing consistency? It is my understanding that Ferkser is showing consistency, and I believe he is who I am watching on offense. Yeah, I mean, Ferkser, I'm excited about Ferkser. Now, we did have No Flags film on here on the first show, and that dude is a freaking wealth of knowledge. He works for PFF. He's a senior at University of Tennessee, and the dude is like, I was kind of blown away by the knowledge this kid has. He's like 22, 23, studies football. He has a channel where he breaks down players, and he puts out content maybe once every couple of weeks, but like, dude, his content is fire. And he studies. He actually watches the season. When he goes and does it on a player, he goes back and watches tape from like the last 2 seasons, like watches the player, singles in on him. I mean, so the dude has a good knowledge of what's going on, and he knows football. He knows the X's and O's. And he was basically saying that Ferkser didn't have to block hardly at all, that he was basically like a slot receiver as far as, now, I'm not saying that Ferkser can't block or can't learn to block, because I think they got some guys in there. But what do you guys think about Ferkser? I mean, is it even necessary that we need him to block? Like, considering the receivers we got, the other tight ends.
I mean, my thing, I think Fursker has probably one of the best set of hands on the team, and he's shown it throughout the last couple of years. That guy catches everything. Not the fastest guy on the field, but he runs crisp routes, knows how to get open. I know blocking's been a big issue that they've been talking about, and my only worry is that I don't want to become too predictable. Our team, where if you see Fursker coming out of the ball game or coming in, they know it's a passing play or running play. So our OC is going to have to get a little bit creative and try to mix those things up so we don't show our cards once, when Fusker's on the field or off the field or vice versa.
Wow, that's awesome. What do you think, Titans Mafia?
I think the biggest thing for Ferkser is the signing of Luke Stockard, because that's going to push him. Because Stocker can block,
Mm-hmm.
and that's going to help that kid learn that aspect of the game as a tight end. Because, like Raul said, that we can't be predictable like that. If they run somebody else out there, they know they're fixing to hand the ball off, or they're fixing to throw it if he's coming in. We can't do that, or that messes up our whole game plan. But I think Ferkser, from what I'm hearing out of camp, is he has improved in that aspect of blocking and stuff. So that's a good for us.
Yeah, and I think you will too. I don't know if y'all hear stuff in the background. My cats are freaking. I'm gonna throw something at them. Hold on.
Yeah,
maybe that'll help. Anyways, Janet Kinsey made a post and says folks may not expect this, but Mason has been getting reps at wideout as well as slot. Versatility and consistency is going to be the key for anyone trying to make this team. Again, thank you to the Kinseys for tuning in.
That's my boy.
So yeah, that's coming pretty much straight from the source. So she's it might be somebody else on I think it might be his mom's boyfriend or stepdad. Sorry if I got that wrong. I don't know if he's posting on there, if it's her. But anyways, so yeah, they're saying that he is getting reps at the slot, which that's freaking awesome. And I hope that they give him a lot of reps in the preseason games too. At least in any reps is a good rep. Even if it's in the fourth quarter, no matter who it's with. So anything will give him a better opportunity. And let's not take away from the fact of the other guys that are getting some praise. Chester Rogers. He's came in and done a killer job. All of a sudden, Marcus Johnson's been showing out. So this is a battle. It's a battle for a job. It's a battle to make the team. Obviously, like with any job, I'm sure there's some other things that go into it. Politics, favoritism, things like that. I'm sure that there's some things that go into it like any job, but that's just part of it, probably. So let's see. Al Fierce says if Ferkser can stop block, he will be fine. Mr. Weezer, will you make a 53-man roster projection? I will. I'm actually working on that now. I wanted to do it in probably like a week or so when we get more info. I want to make a true projection, just knowing where some of these guys are at, and then another week we'll have a good kind of litmus test on where some of these players will be at. Maybe someone will be cut already. I don't know. I can't remember when they cut down. They do the first cut down. Let's see. Titan Turner. We talking about practice? Laugh out loud. Tannehill is fine throwing interceptions. He's feeling things and seeing where he can put the ball. I agree with you there. Totally, Mr. Weezer. Will Luke Stocker or Tommy Hudson make the roster as the third tight end? And I'll let one of you guys take this one first.
I think Luke Stocker does, just because he is a veteran player. He's been around the league so long, and you can't beat experience. I mean, he's been in the league. He knows the ins and outs. So if I had to answer that question, I'd say Luke Stocker.
All right. Raul, what you think about that?
Same thing, like Titans Mafia said, and he has familiarity with the team. So I mean, that's a big plus for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he had like it was like a few seasons ago, and I looked up his stats the other day, but I remember he had some huge catches.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and Duke can block, obviously. He had some
Mhm.
huge blocks too. There was like a highlight video. I can't remember what game it was where I just remember him like laying down a punishing block on somebody. And but yeah, he had a couple 100 yards a few seasons ago and made some big catches, you know. It seemed like there for a minute, it was like a couple games where it was like in the fourth quarter or something where he made some plays. So obviously, yeah, that's a great thing. So we'll go kind of to the defensive slide. I know I had a Bud Dupree thing in an offensive slide, but this is kind of the you know what's going on with the defense as of today in training camp. So the defense, Caleb Farley took some reps and had nice coverage on Fitzpatrick, forcing incompletion. Defensive line has been dominating in camp so far. Bud Dupree looks fast in camp. He's ready to roll. D-line coach Terrell Williams says Tier Tart looks like a completely different player. Jayon Brown and Rashawn Evans getting back to the chemistry that they had. So yeah, there you go. Let's start off with some Caleb Farley and defensive line. So it's awesome to see Farley out there. Like I was shocked. I think everybody was shocked to see him out there as quick as he was. But honestly, I mean, I wasn't as shocked because I thought he would be back like right before the preseason, like they would announce him being back. I was a little shocked that he wasn't back, honestly, in my opinion, because I did a lot of research when they drafted this guy on like that type of surgery. I did a ton of research, and from the time where he got the surgery and the recovery time, I even added like 4 months or 3 or 4 months to the recovery time. And for an athlete of his caliber, that was just for like a regular Joe Schmo like me. You know, I'd be laid up in the bed, you know, for 6 months. Some of these athletes might be laid up for like a month, you know. So yeah, I'm not too surprised to see him back out there because I don't think they would have drafted the guy not doing their homework. Like these dudes, when they do these assessments on these players, I mean, they go deep. There's tons of doctors. I mean, they're investing millions of dollars into these players, you know? So yeah, it was good to see him out there. So let me ask y'all this. So we have these players, you know, Tier Tart, who played well last year, you know, in spots. And apparently the dude is just killing it this offseason. Like he's like Terrell Williams said, the coach. Like if your coach says that, your position coach says that about you, then obviously he has done it. So what do y'all think about Tier Tart? Do you think he's going to kind of step in and be that guy this year? That can he be as good as DaQuan Jones?
I think he can be. I mean, it might not be this year, maybe next year, but I think he can do it. I mean, they've been talking a lot of good stuff about him in camp. I mean, he's been beating his man one-on-one, so you know we'll have to see as the season goes on.
What you think, Titans Mafia?
I think so. I think the combination of him and the Nico Autry is going to take a lot off of Jeffrey Simmons, just because last year Jeffrey was the only person that got really any type of pass rush whatsoever. And I think adding to Nico Autry and then Tierra Tart improving so much, I think that's just going to take all that pressure off of Simmons, and then that combination will just bode well in our favor. Because I think this year we will get pass rush.
Yeah, I think so too. And Bud Dupree looks fast, man. Like he looks good so far. I don't know how much contact he's done, but like if you see that guy like on the cone drills and like the drills where he's running around the dummies and they're doing those type of drills, like he looks quick, dude. Like it gets me excited to watch that guy. Because and yeah, Titan Bay said, did we really replace Daquan with a guy named Naquan? I don't know if they replaced him, but there is a guy named. Actually, they let go of Naquan Jones, and then they brought him back, which was kind of weird, like this season. So, anyways, yeah, Bud Dupree's got me amped, dude. Like I can't stand. One thing that gets on my nerves is when people compare him to Clowney. They're like, oh, they're just got another clown. And it's like, no, dude, like this dude is proven. Like he's an all-around, all-encompassing outside linebacker, defensive end, kind of hybrid, So what do y'all think about Bud Dupree? I think he's going to be amazing if he stays healthy.
I think so too. I mean, when you see replays of him playing with Steelers, he plays like his hair's on fire. I mean, the guy's quick on top of the ball, extremely aggressive. I mean, I think we have somebody, he'll definitely be an improvement over Clowney. And I think it'll show this season, which will be good because, like Titans Mafia said, we've got to improve that pass rush and take a little bit of pressure off of Jeffrey Simmons. As you remember last year, Jeffrey Simmons kind of faded because he was being double teamed, triple teamed. We literally had no pass rush. So this is going to open up the plays for our whole defense. Landry, Simmons, Autry, and I heard Murch has been doing pretty good as well. So
yeah,
I think our pass rush, I mean, we can't get any worse from 19 sacks, right? So I think it's only up from here.
Exactly. And yeah, Larrell Murchison, he's a guy that's kind of like on my watch, He's been training with Chuck Smith all off season. Chuck Smith has trained a ton of like famous defensive ends and stuff like that. So the dude obviously is putting in the work, and it's like a lot of these guys. You remember a lot of these guys, like even if you don't have the talent and the athletic skill that say a Clowney has, but a guy that goes out there and who never stops has that engine. Remember Kyle Vanden Bosch? Prime example of a guy who was not like immensely talented. He was talented, don't get me wrong, but he had that motor, you know what I mean? You combine that drive and determination and that motor and the never stop attitude, with a guy that's maybe not as skilled as Clowney or even Dupree. Like these guys can play, So yeah, let's see. Robert Bulls. We have a Naquan bomb to drop on somebody. Yeah, dude. I hope he's good. Like I hope every player is good that tries out. Titan Turner. I feel like Fulton and Hooker will both have breakout seasons. Honestly, believe we have the potential and the pieces for a top 10 defense, most improved defense of the season. I agree too, and there's a lot of rumblings coming out of the camp that they're super hungry, they're ready to go. So I hope so. I mean, just imagine, guys. I mean, we talked about this a lot, but freaking imagine, like, even if a 15th ranked defense in this offense. I mean, that's what the teams that are winning nowadays. Like, when's the last time we really saw a true dominant defense? Like, win the Super Bowl. Like one of those I can't really remember the last time as far as where the defense just controlled a game. I mean, it seems like that era is kind of gone. I mean, you still have great defenses out there, don't get me wrong, but just those nasty defenses that you didn't even have to have an offense. Like the Ravens defense when they had Trent Dilfer at quarterback, like Dilfer was just the game manager, but that defense was like lights out. Even the Titans defenses back in in the Super Bowl years and a couple years after, we had some insanely good defenses. Those were the days, man. Keith Bullock, Mr. Monday Night, Javon Curse, Kevin Carter, Samari Roll, Blaine Bishop, Marcus Robinson, Josh Evans. All these guys were like these just incredible team. And we had who was our defensive coordinator during the Super Bowl years? It was Greg. I can't remember. It wasn't
Greg Williams.
Greg Williams, yep. And then we had Jim Schwartz. So yeah, let's see here. Titan upload. Madden 22 has Titans with 16th best defense. Kind of shocked, but I'll take it. Wow, that is shocking considering EA and ESPN and every single media outlet freaking hates on us.
Speaking of ESPN, did those people have a bad experience in Nashville or something? Because they refuse to give the Titans any credit.
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's part of it, and what gets me is why do they go out of the way to like talk about the Titans like today? And so every show I always kind of get into something where I'm blasting one of those guys. Usually I call it this, So today something came out. I don't know if it was yesterday or today, but they listed a trio. The top CBS did their top trio in the league and listed the Bengals, because they have who's the new guy they drafted?
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. And they have Tim Higgins and who else do they have? Somebody else that's really good. And but yeah, so they listed a trio as one guy's never even played a snap, and the Titans were never even mentioned. It was like, dude, like even on paper, just on paper, Julio Jones, Brown, and Reynolds, like Reynolds a proven 500 to 600 yard guy, like Reynolds has gotten better every year he's played. If you go back and look at Reynolds' stats, he's gotten better every year that he's played, and he's a hard worker. So, what do you guys think about that? Like, what's the reason, Raul G? Like,
it's been like this forever. Just being a small franchise team, we've never gotten the respect that we deserve. Look at Adam Rank every year. I think he had us winning like 3 games last year and the year before, something like that. I mean, even in Madden, everybody thought Henry should have gotten a 99 this year, and he didn't. We just haven't gotten the respect that we deserve throughout the years.
I think. Yeah, the other day I was listening to NFL Live on ESPN, and they were like, "The Bills are just way better than the Titans." Like, we just ran them out of the building last year. We blew them out. And they act like the Bills are just this night and day better team than the Titans, and I don't understand that.
Yeah,
I don't know. But the Bills are good. Don't get me wrong; they're good. They're a good team. But
yeah,
don't act like they're this way better franchise than the Titans are right now.
Yeah, and they can't run the football.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like if you can't run the football, you're not. Yeah, you could be a good team, and the Chiefs at times haven't been able to run the football in the past, but here in the last couple seasons, seems like they've turned that around. With Clyde Edwards-Helaire and all that. But Titan Upload said the Browns are better than the Bills. I believe that this year.
I believe
for
that
sure,
too.
And even last year, really. I don't even know who do the Bills have as running back this year. I'm gonna look that up real quick because I can't remember if they drafted somebody, or what. But here we go. Let's see who they got here. So Devin Singletary. They got him. he's been okay. He's kind of a, just he's more of a pass catcher out of the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been pretty good. He can run the ball too. I don't feel that Zach Moss. That's who it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I was trying to think of. And he kind of had a down year last year. TJ Yeldon. So yeah, they're kind of sticking with these type of guys, like these out of the backfield pass catching guys. Obviously, we got Derrick Henry who can just bulldoze anybody, but he doesn't get a lot of passes thrown to him. I think he can catch. It's just we haven't been able. We don't need to use him that way. Darrington Evans. That's going to be a big deal this year. I support all the players, but we need a running back in there who can hit it hard and catch out of the backfield. And I think Evans being healthy is going to be a big difference. Al Pierce says Adam stank. I love Al, man. He's so awesome. Sin City tighten up, Titan fam. What's up, Sin City? I'll see you tomorrow night. What's up, Rossi? Can't watch at work. I'll watch on replay during that Titan news. Sin City works for one of the biggest restaurants in Clearwater. Actually, he said that, I don't know if I should say this or not. I don't know if he wants me to, but what's his name came in? Chucky, the coach. I forget his name. Gruden came in. And I can't remember. It might have been Gruden's brother or son or something. He came in there, and but yeah. So they get some people like that come in that place. Travy A, thank you so much for tuning in, Travy or Travy, if I'm saying it right. I feel Baker Mayfield is overrated. A lot of people feel that way, but he had a good season last year. I'm not going to take that away from him. I think he's pretty tough, but everybody's got their opinions. Titan upload. Moss from Utah. Yep. Robert Boyle says, I mentioned this in my tweet yesterday that this is the lack of a proven tight end, and Bengals have Boyd, Higgins, and Jamar Chase. Gotcha, man. Thank you for that. Let's kind of go through just a couple more of these things. We won't go on too much long. We'll try to cap it at an hour here. But, guys, thank you so much for coming on tonight. Like, y'all been awesome. And like I said, everybody in the chat, thank y'all. We got 15 in the house now, so that's not bad. So for starting out and stuff. So thank y'all for watching, tuning in. Please like and subscribe. As we say at the Titan Upload Network, tighten up that like button. And yeah, so we'll kind of go on a couple more of these things and we'll call it quits on this defensive slide here. So Jayon Brown, I kind of want to talk about that for a minute. Jayon Brown and Rashaan Evans. So Jayon Brown is obviously he's healthy. There was a video today. They interviewed Jim Haslett. I don't know if he's the linebackers coach or if he's like still a defensive assistant. I don't know if y'all know. I can't remember. I think he's the linebackers coach. But anyways, he was talking about Rashaan Evans, and he said Rashaan Evans didn't have as bad of a year as many people thought. And then I watched a video came out yesterday on No Flags Film site. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all need to go check it out. It's really awesome on Evans. It's like one of the best ones I've seen come from him. And Evans, I mean, if you look at his body of work, he actually didn't have that bad of a season last year. He was top 5 in the league in tackle percentage, like being able to wrap somebody up. Obviously covering is where he kind of falls short. Man coverage, and especially so what, and also, and the point I was trying to make too is Jayon Brown talked about how when him and Evans are out there together, that it makes them both better. They're more cohesive. They have an incredible chemistry. So what do y'all think? Do you think that Evans is gonna be better this year because Jayon Brown is going to be on the field. And what do y'all think about Evans last season? Was he that bad? And
I don't think he was that bad. I think here's what I don't want to say this and it sound bad, but I think that our defense is so discombobulated because we couldn't get any pass rush that when they would have to drop in coverage, it's hard for DBs to cover for so long. I mean, it's just hard. And when we're not getting pass rush, there's no chance for Evans and them to hold up if our DBs themselves can't even hold up. So I don't think I think it was more if we couldn't get any pass rush than him being bad, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah, I
think about
definitely agree.
Evans?
Yeah, nobody really stood out except for a few players. The defense was so bad that it looked like everybody was playing bad, but there was actually some good single individual effort, like Rashaan Evans, that you miss out on. It affected the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
But we definitely it starts up in the line. We've got to get pass rush. I mean, football 101 is won at the line of scrimmage, and we have to win it. If we don't, then it's going to affect everybody. Doesn't matter who you have, out there in coverage. You can't hold the coverage for so long. It seemed like last year we were more reactive than proactive, and teams were just eating us up. Third and long, they were completing passes. I mean, definitely have to get the pass rush picked up this year. But I think Jayon Brown not being on the field, that also hurt Evans. Maybe he was trying a little bit too much covering for his area, and I think that affected some other players as well, covering up for, empty holes on the defense. So it affected everybody pretty much.
Yeah. And I definitely agree. And like with Byard, I think it really hurt Byard not having a pass rush. He couldn't really play his game. And he was probably trying to overcompensate too. These guys know, like they look at the stats sometimes, like they know what's going on. If a player tells you they don't look at their personal stats or the team stats, it's would you? I mean, like I wouldn't look at like the chatter as much, but I would look up my stats, see how our defense is doing, what's going on, and these players know it was bad, and I'm sure they want to fix it, considering the pedigree of defenses we've had. And I mean, we've had some, like I said, we touched on it. We've had some amazing defenses in Tennessee, arguably some of the best ever in league history, so it's
Well, I think just from listening to player interviews after practice and stuff, I think our defensive players are fired up because they're tired of hearing how bad they were last year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all they heard in the offseason was how bad the Titans defense was. And I think they're fired up and motivated this year to prove that they weren't that bad. It was just the circumstances of last year.
Yeah. I think having Jayon back is going to make a huge difference. He's the leader. He's the play caller out there. I'm excited to see Jayon get going again. Tighten up. Let's say Browns are way more balanced and they're a bad matchup for us. I agree. You saw what they did to us last year. That was embarrassing. Oh my gosh.
Disaster.
I couldn't even hardly watch it, man. I was like, oh, but I mean, I watched it all the way through, but it was rough, man. Mr. Weezer says Browns actually might be almost as good as the Bills, but the division is a lot harder. That's true. Al Pierce says, I look for Weaver to have a strong start. Finally, we are going to have more than the 3 pass rushers. That's true. I mean, we dressed freaking Titan Upload went off about it every episode last year. Why do we only dress 3 pass rushers? It's true. Like, what the crap, man? Come on.
Well, the big thing there is like Landry was so exhausted, overused.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got to definitely rest him up a little bit and save him for those passing downs. I think he was overused last year and he was playing tired. you've got to have at least 4 or 5 pass rushers a game. You can't go out there dressing 3.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think we addressed that this all season though with depth. I think we got a lot more depth in that department.
So yeah, guys. So I'm gonna kind of start wrapping it up here. I want to play this little thing here. Basically, just please, guys, like and subscribe on the video. But yeah, check this out. Yeah, thank you guys for coming on the show. Give us, a big shout out to people that have chatted, and we've had a lot of interaction, a lot of comments today, which is cool. We'll post this last one. I think it's the Chiefs, Browns, and Titans in the AFC right now. I think the Ravens and the Bills will take a step back. Yeah, I agree with that. I think I'm not going to say the Browns are better than us. I think it would be a matchup, but a bad matchup. But I also think it would be a good matchup. Titan Bay says Rossi and O'Doyle rules. That's awesome. Thank you, Titan Bay, for tuning in. But yeah, any last words, so to speak? Any last comments from you two? And again, thank you guys for coming on. We've been on an hour, so we lasted longer than I thought we would. So yeah. Anything from you guys?
Yeah, I just want to say, for the fans to have a little bit of patience. We got a lot of new players on defense. Sometimes it's going to take a couple games to gel with each other. I mean, we got our DBs are practically new besides Byard, so don't rush to any conclusions or anything like that our defense is going to be terrible. Just wait a couple games when they start playing together, gelling, become more of a squad. And I mean, we have Jim Schwartz there as well. He's going to help as an advisor and consultant. So just give it some time. I one thing that I did want to point out is I was listening to Titan Upload before, and he was talking about Adoree in the past, him taking on punts as well. And I just saw that Amani Hooker is also he's also going for that punt returner position. And based on what he had mentioned about Adoree, I think this being Amani's first year playing, he's already got his plate full. I think they should just let him concentrate on playing his position and not give him that extra role. As Titan Upload had mentioned, it kind of got in Adoree's head where he was trying to do too much, and it kind of messed him up a little bit. Might have affected his play at cornerback as well.
Yeah, that's all good points. Yeah, we do need to be patient. And Titans Mafia, you got any last words? Anything? Tell us about. Like I said, tell us again about. I know you got some editing in the works, and you're trying to figure out, and I understand that out. But yeah, just let us know what you plan on doing. And obviously, I got down here. You can follow these guys. Raul G at UC Oilers 17 on Twitter, and Titans Mafia on Twitter at Mafia Titans. So yeah, Titans Mafia, what's up?
Yeah, man. First of all, I want to agree with Raul. Like, just be patient. I think there'll be some growing pains a little bit for the defense, but I think after they get that game or two under their belt, they're going to click. And then for the channel, I'm just doing some editing stuff, getting all those programs and stuff ready to go. And I'm going to try to get to Nashville soon. I'm actually going to try to be at the home opener, try to go to Mr. Titan's hangout thing he's having, and just really plug in the community there. And I'll probably do some videos there before opening weekend. And just excited. I appreciate you, Rossi, for having us on, and tighten up.
Yeah, tighten up, man. And yeah, we'll have you on again. And yeah, tighten up to you, man. We'll see you later. So yeah, Raul G, man. Yes, I just wanted to. Yeah, so we're actually going to the first game, which is cool because, and I appreciate that.
No problem.
Raul G really he helped me out with the ticket. It was just kind of I didn't plan on going to the game, and I met this guy, and boom,
It just clicked. It was
yeah, like it's meant to be or something. So yeah, we'll be at the hangout with Mr. Titan. Y'all check out Mr. Titan's channel. Check him out on Twitter. You can check out, it's a hangout thing he's doing the day before, right? I think it's the day before.
Yeah, it's on Saturday, I believe, at 2:00.
Yeah. And Gerald McGrath, Dexter McCluster will be there. I also hear that somebody else is going to be there too. I want to say it's another player or something like that. I don't know. If I thought I heard something like that. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on, Raul. I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Born an Oiler, die a Titan.
Yeah. And that's awesome, man. So yeah, we'll talk soon, man. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. It means a lot. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm just a fan, and I love to talk Titans. Janet Kinsey, great show. Keep it up. August 13th, and they're referring to the first preseason game. So excited. Also, the Tampa Bay game, which I'm going to with Sin City Titan. Hopefully, we can link up there with the Kinseys too. And yeah, I'm so excited to watch this team. I'm excited to watch all these guys get out there and battle it for position. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys haven't, this channel is a part of the Titan Upload Network. And so yeah, I mean we're linked together here, and we love Titans, and here at the Titan Upload Network, we say tighten up that like button. And you can see the logos up there. And yeah, tighten up that like button. Please like, please subscribe. We got a couple more comments there. Titan Bay, I'll be at the Tampa game. Yeah, man. And send me, if you have a Twitter, send me a DM on Twitter. And I would love to meet up with you guys. Yeah, yeah, it'd be awesome to meet up with all the Titans fans out there. So yeah, so we'll end the show there. Like I said, please follow Titan Upload. You can find him on YouTube, Twitter, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Tighten up.